Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I got a division video for you, and this is going to be a huge relief for some of you guys who were pretty upset with the video that I made yesterday. Now, I made a video yesterday talking about the major crafting changes that Massive is going to be implementing into the division, and some of you guys were extremely upset, but in my video I talked about there needs to be more to this. There's got to be a bigger reason why they're making these major changes to the crafting system. And it turns out the information that we got today made me correct. I knew there was going to have to be something a little bit more, and I think this is going to be very good for the game, and I think it's going to make you guys really happy. So I've been playing for about 230 hours in the division, and most of my gear that I have came from crafting. Now, crafting was really the only way that you could get something that you really wanted to fit your build properly. You know, the drops in the dark zone just aren't very good. You know, a lot of people are kind of confused about scavenging. By the way, guys, scavenging, I'm going to make a video on it, but it doesn't up your chance to get gold drops. All it does is gives you a little bit higher of a chance for when you do get a gold drop that item will be towards the higher end of the spectrum. You know, it's going to have better stats. It's going to be a better item. But it seems like that gold drops are just absolutely just way too rare. You know, the chance you can go into the dark zone, you can farm bosses for close to an hour and a half and not get a single gold drop, and it's happened to me multiple times. And that's why these changes are being made, because they want to emphasis a lot less on crafting. They want crafting to be a backup, you know, for people who, you know, farm a lot and you get a lot of items. They want you to be able to do something with those items that you don't need or don't want. And that's why they're adding the trading system. That's why they're nerfing the crafting system. And the reason they're nerfing the crafting system is because, you know, like I predicted, they're going to make the high-end drops a lot more common. So I'm going to put some links in the description so you guys can read along with me if you want, but I'll just read a small bit here of the page. It says, more high-end items. From now on, killing a named NPC will grant you a guaranteed high-end drop. So when you kill a boss in the Dark Zone or anywhere on the map, like I'm pretty sure this means like in the incursion, apparently incursions, there's going to be random bosses walking around. I'm not sure if that's true, but any boss that you kill is going to guarantee a high-end drop. This is why you're seeing those nerfs to crafting, because it's going to be a lot more common that you're seeing high-end drops. Now, the drop is going to depend on what enemy you're killing. So, for example, the level 30 NPCs, you're going to get a level 30 item. For level 32 NPCs, you're going to get a level 32 item, which is cool because we're finally getting, you know, higher end level weapons than level 31. And it's really good because that way, you know, you can farm the specific boss that you want. And there's also going to be loot tables. There's going to be specific drops for each individual boss. So say, for example, and I'm just using this as an example, I don't know what it's going to be. Say you want a sniper rifle. Like, you need a high-end rifle for your build, and, you know, you really want one. Well, say Boomerang has a higher % chance of dropping a sniper rifle than one of the other, you know, named bosses. So you'll be able to specifically target those bosses, which is going to be awesome. Now, let me talk about how more high-end loot is going to make the Dark Zone even more exciting, because I PvP a lot. You can see in this video here, we're manhunt, right? We kill a lot of people, and I never see gold items drop ever. It's always just purples, and purples are nothing to me at this point. Purples are just crafting items. Now, I think I read in an article on Forbes, they made a really good point about the fact that with gold drops being so much more common, it's going to make purples and blues and greens really just absolutely pointless in the game. And that's not necessarily true, because I want to explain this. And this is my opinion on that whole comment, which I can see where they're coming from with that, because it is true the purples are going to be pointless. But the purples were pointless anyways at this point, and I'm going to explain to you really quick why that is. So basically, when you're leveling up, you need to have those different, you know, grades of weapons to build your way up to the highest level. Now, we're level capped right now at level level 30, technically 31. And that's why right now that golds and set items are going to be the only things worth picking up, because we're capped. Now, when they raise the cap to say level 40 or level 50, if they ever do that, which I hope they do, it's going to make purple items more useful again, because say for example you get a level 37 purple, it's going to be like way better than our level 31 and 32 golds. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, the grade is specific to the level that it is. So, like, you know, a level 38 purple may have better stats than a level 36 gold, that kind of thing. So, if they ever do raise the level cap, it will make purples and maybe even blues more useful again, even though right now there's nothing useful, like, below golds. And that, like I said, that's just because of the fact that we're capped off, and those items are always going to be better because the higher grade material is going to have better stats. It's just how it is. So I think for right now, this is really good for the game, because it's going to make, you know, golds more common, which is good, because it's going to be, you know, exciting to go into the dark zone, see what type of golds you get, because the chances of getting a gold were extremely low, and then the chances of getting a gold that you needed were near impossible. So now there's going to be more of a chance of getting those golds that are going to help your build out, and it's going to help, you know, newer players out as well. Like, we thought with the new crafting changes that it was going to, like, pretty much kill the game, and that's just not true. We're just used to getting most of our gear crafting, but if you think about it, crafting isn't the fun of a looter shooter. The fun is going to come in the fact that, you know, you're sitting there and you're killing a boss and you unexpectedly get an amazing weapon. That's where the fun's going to be. So you're still going to be able to craft, you know, with your extra items that you have and stuff. It's just going to be kind of a backup tactic on how to get weapons that you want. So they're going to be adding a lot more blueprints in. Apparently the reason they capped blueprints and didn't give us new blueprints is because they had this in mind for a while now. So if you read through the rest, it talks about the crafting and all that good stuff. Let's read this little paragraph here. It says, the gear score of said high end will be determined by the level of the NPC. For example, level 30 named will guarantee a gear score of 163 high end. So you can see they're moving, instead of it being like strictly just the level and power level, they're moving it to gear score, which I think is interesting, because there's going to be a vast variety of different items. They're basically just making the game better, in my opinion. They're making the end game more. And you know, big props to Massive for making these changes, because I know that these are going to be very good for the game. They also talk about to make sure that crafting remains a viable alternative, we will also increase drop rates of Division Tech materials to 40% on level 32 named enemies in the Dark Zone, which means you're going to have a 40% chance at getting a gold Division Tech from an NPC for level 32. So this is crazy, because we're also going to have supply drops, which is going to add even more loot. So with all these things, you can understand, and I'm sure you're sitting home and you're like, oh, you know, that makes sense. That's why they're nerfing the crafting the way they are, and it makes sense. And I don't know why they kept this bit of information out, because it really made a lot of people mad, thinking that the game was going to be even harder to get loot, when really it's just the complete opposite. So I wanted to make this video just to bring you guys this information. I saw some comments of people saying they were going to stop playing the Division and stuff because they're so mad at the changes, but I think this will calm a lot of people down. It will make a lot more people excited for the future, because we're going to be getting our gear from lucky drops instead of getting it from grinding and grinding and grinding and having to make 30-40 vectors before we got the one that we wanted. So I'm really excited for this. I am extremely happy. Just wanted to bring you this to you guys, because I know a lot of people were a bit upset, but like I said, the full post and website link is in the description. Make sure to check it out, read through it. Let me know in the comment section what you think, if you're happy about it, and if you think there's any other changes that they could make that would make the game a little bit better. I love reading through the comments and seeing what people have to say, because you guys are pretty smart people. You guys know that what direction this game needs to go in. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop the video a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.